Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Food, Drinks, and Rock and Roll. I'm Chef Nathan Lippy, and today it's a little cold outside, so I was thinking we're gonna do something nice and warm, nice and hearty. So we're gonna do Nate's Bangin chili. Cool part about this dish is all the spice. Check this out. We got some smoked paprika, which has a really cool, almost like a barbecue smoky flavor. We're gonna use some regular paprika too, some cayenne and some chipotle. Your time is running. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is dice up some red onion. You could use white onion if you'd like, but I just really enjoy the color and the flavor of red onions. So I'm going to do a nice little slice, and then a dice. We got a nice big pot right over here. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil. For like a nice medium-high heat, we want a good sizzle. We're going to go ahead and add some of our chopped garlic. Beautiful. We're going to add our diced onions. We're going to let these caramelize, get nice and golden. We're going to bring out that natural sweetness in the onion. When you caramelize an onion, that sweetness comes out. It's this really beautiful, beautiful onion flavor. So let those caramelize just for a little bit. Alright, once our onions and our garlic are nice and caramelized, we're going to go with our ground beef. I'm using ground sirloin. You can use anything like a sirloin or chuck or anything like that. Now we're going to add it here, let that get nice and browned as well. So when onions caramelize, it's caramelized because of the sugars. But when meat caramelizes, it's actually the protein kind of condensing where all that flavor is. That's when we're going to deglaze with the Jack Daniels. Alright, now it's time for the fun part, the Jack Daniels. What's up? Alright, so basically what happened was the meat starts to caramelize on the bottom. So check this out. You get this nice brown bits at the bottom, these little brown bits. It's called fond, F-O-N-D. We want to deglaze so we can bring all that flavor back into our chili. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of Jack Daniels. We go right inside. Just a little Jack Daniels. See, it starts to boil like that. That's going to release all those brown bits from the bottom, bring the flavor back into our chili. So give that a stir. And our corn on the top. For my chili, I like to use some frijoles negros, some black beans, and some red kidney beans. Right over the top like so. Ziding. I'm going to go with a little bit of lime juice, like the juice of one lime. And now we're going to go with some crushed tomatoes, or one of these big cans like so, right over the top. And we're also going to use some canned tomato sauce. If you want to make it yourself, awesome. If not, canned is perfectly fine. So you want a pretty good balance of beans to meat. Excellent. Alright, now we're going to go with the spices. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Alright, we're going to start with some of the chipotle. Don't add too much, it's pretty high. Remember I was saying it's that dried jalapeno pepper, so it's going to give quite a big kick. So we're adding about, let's say, a tablespoon or so. That looks good. We're going to go with our chili. This is the important part. Most of the spice we're going to add is the chili, so be generous with this. You can always add more spice, so don't add too much, because you can't take it out once it's in there. We're going to go with some smoked paprika. This has that really neat smoky barbecue flavor to it. Just about a tablespoon of that. We're going to go with some celery salt. Same thing, about a tablespoon of each of these spices. Looks good. We're going to go with some ground cumin. Nice Mexican flair to it. Same thing, about a tablespoon. We go with some red pepper, a little bit more heat. About a half a tablespoon. A little bit of regular paprika. Some bright color. We're going to add some salt and pepper at the very end here. So as you can see, check this out. You got a big mound of spices. That's what's going to make your chili awesome. Don't be afraid of the spice when you're making chili. That's key. This big old thing right there. We're going to stir all those spices in. We're going to reduce the heat down to about medium or so. We're going to let this simmer. Not quite finished yet. We're going to add, let's say, half a beer. Half a beer for the chili, and the other half can be for me. We're good. Also, we're going to add about a cup, maybe a half a cup of old coffee. I know it sounds silly, but we actually want that bitterness. When the coffee's brand new, it's not quite as bitter, so when it gets old and cold, don't throw it away, use it in your chili, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so stir this in, and we're going to let this simmer for about 30 minutes. Let all those flavors come together. so we're all finished. Nice and steamy hot. Time to serve. Grab a nice ladle. You go right in a nice big bowl. Oh, I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. You can smell that smoked paprika and that chipotle. Really, really intense flavors, which is what you want in a chili. You don't want your chili to be all mamsy-pamsy. You want intense flavors, you know what I mean? Alright, so here we go. Last touches. Put our chili down here. We got some Fritos. You can skip this part if you'd like, but I love it. We got some fresh grated cheese. Beautiful. And last part, a nice wedge of lime. Great ingredients, intense flavors. That's what you want in a chili. Ever know chili could be so easy? That's how you do it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out here at the Food, Drinks, and Rock and Roll Kitchen. I'm Nathan Lippy. Until next time, rock out!